Nailed it. It's another Monday. Welcome back to the stream. What a beautiful day I'm having. I know for sure. I managed to stay on top of all of my scheduled plans, which, if you know of my shenanigans, you know that that is a great, great thing. Oh my god, I'm getting jump scared by everything. Scary. Ah, stop yelling. I'm not helping. Alrighty, let me just get myself settled on in my favorite spot to sit in front of the television. So then that way we can get down to business. And by business, I mean beating up the same 10 dusks over and over again. So that way we can get ever so closer to level 51. Let's take a little lookaroo at what we've got here. God, we got 100,000 money. Ain't that special? Woo! We got about 21,000 until... Yeah, about 21,000 until we hit level 51. So we got a little ways to go. But that's alright. You know what that means? Today we're just gonna get another step closer. And that's always a grand old time. As always, I gotta let these fellas beat me up a little bit, so then that way I can get 8 XP out of them instead of 4. Thanks to that handy dandy experience boost ability. Honestly, it's my favorite ability, and I'm real glad that it exists in this game, because let me tell you, the grind is gonna be a very, very long trek to level 99. And I am not halfway through in terms of XP. I am only halfway through in terms of levels, and that is a whole nother ball game. We only made it about a tenth of the way a few weeks ago, and, well, now it's what? Not a 20th. It would be a 5th? Close to a 5th. Maybe? I'll have to double check my math, actually, a little later. In the meantime, some updates from over the weekend. I did a little bit of riding. I've actually been spending more time with my friends. I got to be a silly Billy with them, and that was a grand old time. I made sure that I was going to show up with my friends because I know that I'm bad at it. So I'm getting good at it again, and it's going great. Been a great time. I'm still working my way through Season 2 of Star Trek Next Generation. I got through about 2 episodes yesterday. I almost did a couple episodes today, but my brain was just like, girl, I want a nap. Because I was a busy, busy lady this morning. I had to take care of the lawn, I had to take care of some household chores and cleaning and stuff like that. It was just something I could not put off any longer. So now that that's all fine and dandy, I am very, very happy to get back to my usual type of shenanigans tomorrow. Very happy. And you know what that means. Every time I finish up a DVD, I make sure to return it straight away, because then, well, I'm renting from a library, so that's what I do. I always recommend going to the library to rent out your DVDs, because then that way you don't really have to pay for them. You can try them before you buy them. It's relatively free to get a library card. And then you don't have to worry with all that stupid streaming bullshit. You just have to hope and pray that the damn thing is still at the library and available. That's all you have to worry about. Honestly, it's a pretty good bargain if you ask me. Nothing quite like saving a couple hundred just to be able to enjoy my shows. Because I imagine if I tried to get myself a Paramount subscription, it would take me forever and a friggin' day. Speaking of... Oh wait, no, I'm still getting my money's worth out of my Crunchyroll. Okay, never mind, we're good. I was like, speaking of, wait a minute, I haven't used my Crunchyroll subscription in a while, but that's not true. I literally watched almost 3 episodes of Freeman yesterday, so I'm slowly catching up to the start of what's available of Season 2 right now with Mama. We both love that show, so we're pretty excited. We're having a good old time. I do apologize in advance. Unfortunately, I do have a little bit of a spit of a cold weather recently, and whenever the air gets a little too cold for me, it makes it really hard for my lungs to breathe. I don't know if it's asthma because I've never actually gotten it checked, and frankly, in this economy, it's a little too expensive to check, so I just gotta make sure that every once in a while I make sure that my torso is warm, and that way my lungs stay warm and they don't start trying to constrict on me and making me choke and die. Because it is not fun, let me tell you. It is not a fun combination, because then you get cold, and then I get nauseous, and then it just goes downhill from there. And I especially cannot get nauseous tonight because I had something that had red sauce in it. And if y'all remember the previous streams, I told y'all, red sauce don't agree with me all the time, and it is real nasty if you happen to throw that up. That's just for people in general. Red sauce is not something you want to throw up. It's pain. It is pain in a delicious combination. Not the other. I'm gonna stop talking about that. Point is, yeah. Also, currently, congratulations to NYC for getting the positive plot line going on. Real proud of you. Hope y'all continue that positive plot line. Really hoping for y'all, because God knows we need something like that. Also, in other recent news, once again, the Europeans have been told over and over about AC being a thing, and, well, don't worry, folks. I know it ain't you. It's just some of the football fans got a little bit cocky about the heat and the weather and didn't realize we weren't trying to brag or anything. We were trying to protect y'all because we don't want y'all to die. It ain't fun. Let me tell y'all, I've had near or close to heat exhaustion. It ain't fun. I don't even want to experience a heat stroke. Heat exhaustion is plenty enough for me. It sucks. It makes you feel awful. That's why you gotta stay hydrated, especially in the US. If you ever visit the US, you need to carry... There's a reason why we carry water bottles around. It ain't for show, it ain't to show off or anything. It's because we want to stay hydrated and not die. Can't shrivel up and die. Well, we won't shrivel up and die, we'll just be dehydrated and it won't be fun. Alright, we're gonna get the sub 20,000s today. That's gonna be good. I love how it just drops straight into the accent. Didn't even hesitate. But honestly, I don't know. It's funny because I did not grow up in the South. I always say that. I did not grow up in the South, and so I fully respect any friend from the South who calls me out on whether or not it's bad. You can call me out as much as you want. If you're from the South, you have full license to. Because I know I ain't from there. And the furthest south, we don't count Florida as the South. I've only visited Florida briefly for a business trip. Actually, that ain't true. I've visited Florida twice. Who am I kidding? Once went for a business trip, and the other one, well, technically it was for another business trip, but it was my business trip. Got to go to a theme park as well. That was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. That was real fun, actually. Had a grand old time. Oh, got to see some cool stuff. Pretty grand old time. That's an old story, though. That's a pretty old story. I haven't brought that up in ages. I almost forgotten that I'd been there twice. But no, Florida doesn't quite count as the South, even though it is one of the South states. It's not the South. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll figure it out real fast. It's the more north in Florida that you get a little bit more south. It's a cultural thing. Honestly, the way that the whole cultural setup in the US is real freaking hilarious. Because you got the Northeast, you got the South, you got the Midwest, you got... is Southwest? I don't know if California is its own thing. And then, of course, you got the Pacific Northwest. I guess you got the Rockies, too. Rockies are a whole different ball game than the Midwest. And they're certainly not the Pacific Northwest. And there's a couple of states that are just states. You know? There's just a couple of them that are just straight up states. Like, I think California and Utah are just states. I don't know what the hell's going on in Nevada, unfortunately. I've only been into Vegas. So I don't have a proper authority on the cultural setup there in Vegas. So I will not speak on it, out of courtesy for those from the rest of Nevada. I still remember, I can't remember which election it was, but it was still the funniest shit that they were taking forever to count their votes and decide the whole electoral thing. And there were a bunch of memes about, like, count your votes, damn it, and it's all the memes of Nevada being like, no. I think I still have a few of them saved on my phone. That was a nutty year. I don't even remember a damn thing about that year, honestly. I can't remember if it was for the 2020 election. It definitely wasn't 2024, that's for sure. I can't remember if it was no, it was 2020. It was the 2020 election. Because I remember the 2016 one, I was sitting in front of my computer, which is about where my television is sitting now. But I was sitting in front of a computer on a video call with a bunch of friends, and we were all chatting while watching the electoral map and being like, oh, what the hell's gonna happen? Well, we had no idea what the hell's gonna happen, and then we're just like, huh, well, I'll be damned. That's crazy. Because honestly, that was fucking crazy. And then 2020 was taking forever and a daylight. And then this last one, I don't even remember babysitting the electoral map this time around, actually. I can't remember the last time I saw that damn thing. Huh. I didn't even look at it. And I actually participated. Well, I made sure to participate in all the presidential elections. It's a good habit. No, I did not vote for that man. Not even once. That's the truth. I'll tell you. Not even once. Ugh. No, I think we got enough of the... Oh, wait. Is there any other real world stuff that I want to talk about and get out of the way before I start talking about random shit? Let's see. I already said congrats to New York for their positive character arc. Real proud of them. I'm not a regular basketball fan, but New York has got me cheering on the Knicks, so here's hoping for Knicks in 4. And someone did explain to me what Knicks in 4 is supposed to mean. It means that the hope is that they win the 4 out of the 7 games required to finish and win the finals. And it's a reference to saying that, as in 4-0, no losses. And honestly, I'm cheering them on because that'd be pretty fucking sweet. New York is about to go real fucking crazy, and I'm here for it. Specifically New York City. I understand there is a difference between New York and New York City, and I hope that y'all have a good time. For the New Yorkers who may or may not have popped in at some point. I kind of doubt it. Oh, who knows? Who knows? I'm not gonna ask. Back in the early days of the internet, it was common courtesy to not actually tell the truth about your location. You were supposed to lie. You were supposed to be lying through your teeth about location. And then Facebook came along, and then all the advertisers were wait a minute, we can sell people's data to advertisers, and then we can make money off of that. And let's encourage all the folks to put their information all over the internet and risk getting their identity stolen and shit. This won't cause problems in a while. Not at all. Good lord. That's why it's always a good rule of thumb. Never tell a single damn truth about yourself on the internet. You can have a personality and stuff, but any of your biographical information, don't tell people shit. Not a damn thing. God, internet safety, I miss you so much. Unfortunately, I fell into that trap just like everybody else. I'm not immune to propaganda. That's why I gotta keep an extra careful eye out on it. Ain't nobody immune to it. You gotta be real careful. Oh, man. Whew. As per usual, got some real nice weather that I got to work with today with my yard work. That's always a real treat to have some nice weather for the yard work. Made sure to pay attention and put on sunscreen. I should probably get some more. I'm almost out of my current one, and I don't think the aerosol can of sunscreen is going to do me justice. It has technically done me justice. It saved me a lot of burns, especially during the times where I would, like, my dumbass would mow during the middle of the day in the afternoon. It was hot as hell. Nowadays, I'm like, girly pop, you are mowing only in the morning, because you can't do it in the evenings, because guess what? Both days that I stream are both days that I mow. Sometimes I switch it up, but usually it happens to be the same day. I don't know. It just feels nice to have a little productive day. And in a way, I also technically get myself a nice workout. And then, of course, 2 out of 3 days I stream, I know for a damn fact that I've showered and I'm all nice and clean and comfy, fresh clothes. I don't feel all gross or anything. Speaking of, if any of y'all are watching, if you haven't washed your bedding in a while, you might want to do that. I know it's a real pain in the ass. If you are able to do so, like if it's within your means at the current moment, I highly recommend washing your bedding. It'll save you a lot of grief. It might save you some skin troubles. Now, I say might, emphasis on might, because it isn't always the case for everybody. But it does help a little bit for any of the folks who get affected by that. Like, for example, I wash the blankets that I sleep in, and my God, it has been the best damn thing ever. I feel all nice. The blankets are all nice and soft. It's nice and cozy. It's keeping the warmth. My blankets don't stink, which is always a plus. You don't want stinky blankets. In the end, my favorite blanket is going to still smell just right. Where is it? Yep. Still my favorite blanket. Now that sounds real silly, but if you have a favorite blanket or stuffed animal, you know what it smells like. You should probably clean it up a little bit though. Don't want no bacteria up in it. That's nasty. That reminds me, I'm thinking about going through my closets again. Well, I said closets as if there's a plural. There's just one closet. But I really should go through some of my stuff and get rid of some old stuff that I ain't using anymore or don't plan on using ever. There's some stuff that I still keep around. Like I have these wooden flip-flops. Or if you're Australian, they call them thongs in Australia. Basically, they're the little shoes that have the little Y-shaped thing between the big toe and the rest of the toes that keeps it on. But these have wood on them. There's probably a proper name for them in Japan, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But that's what they're supposed to be paired with. They're supposed to be paired with a kimono. Or a yukata. I think I have a yukata. But the problem is I don't think I have all the layers that you're supposed to have with it. I just have like the fancy pretty layers and that's it. I also have the OB and a bow. One of them is a pre-made bow and then the other I just would have to tie it myself. Like a gremlin. I actually do know how to tie a sash. It's a real pain in the butt, but... One second. Sorry, folks. My allergies have been kicking me in the head today. Like, I was wheezing out the wazoo. It was horrendous. Heh. One second. One second. It's good to keep in contact with friends. Alright, there we go. Let me do a little fixaroo, and we're back. I say we're back as if we were ever offline. We weren't offline. I was just poking around in my phone and replying to messages. I know it seems kind of silly, but I do want to get in the habit of staying in contact with my friends. That's something y'all gotta do too. For the friend, you gotta, like, not just, like, okay, this sounds mean to say for the friends you want to keep, but if you wanna keep your friends, you gotta stay in contact with them. I know every once in a while some dumbass tells you, oh, just wait for them and stuff like that. Wait for them to do something. That's not always going to be the case. I get it. Sometimes you don't want to put in the effort for someone who won't put in the effort for you. If you don't want to do that, that is fine. You don't have to do all the crazy effort. Sometimes you can just check in and be like, hey, how's it going? Or just participate in the group chat every once in a while. I'm in a Discord with a bunch of folks, and every once in a while I participate. They know I'm not in there all the time. They know I'm an old fogey who's supposedly busy doing stuff all the time. I say I'm an old fogey, I ain't that old. I ain't gonna be old until I can't really do much locomotion, which I really need to make sure that I prolong that inevitability. Unfortunately, that inevitability will come in about, what, 40 years? 40 years or so, so about 70 or something like that. That ain't too bad. But I would like to be able to move around a little bit when I'm in old age. So I gotta make sure to pay attention to my locomotion and make sure it works. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have a grand old time, and I don't think anybody in my family is gonna want to deal with me if I can't do shit. And I ain't one of those folks who's gonna have a kid just so then they can take care of me. That ain't right. I know how much it sucks just to take care of a kid when you didn't even have it or something like that. It's just like, what the heck? I didn't sign up for this. It's hard to deal with stuff you didn't sign up for, so I wouldn't, if I had a kid, I wouldn't make them sign up for taking care of me. Only if they absolutely wanted to. I would not even ask. I would try to do everything by myself, which would probably cause me problems eventually, because that would make me a stubborn old fool, but, you know. It is what it is. Whee! I've always liked skipping the steps down, it's so silly. Sorry. Force a habit. You know what? I'm kind of glad that I'm okay with a little bit of silence every once in a while. I know it's been a lot kinder on my lungs. Yeah. By the way, that damn app timer for TikTok is working real well. it's at most like about 2 and a half. Well, at the max, it's always max 3 hours in a day. So a maximum of 21 hours in a week. Eventually, I'm gonna start whittling down the TikTok time, I think. Like, if I can start getting consistently down to maybe like 2 hours, 30 minutes, that would be real lovely. I'm going slow, cause like basically cold turkeying it ain't gonna help until I start replacing it with a lot of other different things. Like, for example, today I could have, instead of using my time, instead of scrolling on that stupid app, I could have been writing. But I was like, you know what, I need to relax. Which was true. I had been up and going since, God, it was like almost 6:30. Okay, maybe not up and going since 6:30, but I was up since 6:30. So, yeah. I've been up a while. I've been up a long while, so. It's a grand old time. I'm perfectly fine with that. I used to do unholy low amounts of sleep. I probably shouldn't get used to that ever again. I never want to get used to unholy low amounts of sleep ever again. That was horrible. It sucked. Sorry about the cough there. Whew. So I think I'm pretty sure I made it clear on Thursday about what the plans for this coming Thursday is. The plan is that I continue on with the secret episode. I started up. I think I've already created the save data for the secret episode, so that's all finished. So once I've got that put together, I'll play through the secret episode, and if I get done before the 2-hour mark, I will do the game switch over, and we'll play a little bit. We'll play through 0.2 just to keep the Aqua storyline going. Now, while it won't be a command spin fully per se, it will. I feel like it'll just do the whole thing justice, and then of course that means we'll drop in the command spin shenanigans and going on to other projects. I could pop into doing another Kingdom Hearts game. I could try to finally finish KH2. I'm still scared of Xemnas. I'm going to give myself a little bit more time. I'm just not mentally ready to deal with him again, because that was a horrendous fight. I'm telling y'all, he beat my ass to a pulp. I'm going to be real. He had me tucking my tail between my legs, and y'all, I don't have a tail, so it takes a lot to tuck a metaphorical tail, but you get what I mean. My ego was destroyed. It wasn't bruised. It was broken. Honestly, probably well deserved at this point. Clearly, I need to redo my strategy. I also need to be careful on the main file, because I don't want to get myself to level 99 on that file before I do it on this file, so I gotta real pay attention to that. Of course, it would be a heck of a lot faster on that file than this one. Oh my god, it would be way faster. I could always try to trash myself on the absent silhouettes as a little bit of a ways of getting used to all the just insane stuff. That could be a means of trying to strategize and learn how to not get hit so much. Because I think that's part of my problem, is I think I'm a little too used whenever I'm playing this to getting hit. And I need to play a game where I'm trying my damnedest to avoid getting hit, so then I don't just fall into the habit. I think that might be the problem. So how many of y'all, you don't have to show your hands or anything, but just like at home, raise your hand to yourself while you're chilling. If you can't do that, obviously don't. But show of hands, how many of y'all just friggin' hate working out? Me too, don't worry, I'm raising my hand. So I got a couple of strategies for y'all. Obviously one of them is a little bit expensive, so I ain't gonna recommend that one. The first recommendation is finding a dance game that you really enjoy. Like, I mean, some folks play Just Dance and stuff, that's always fun. Because then you do a little bit of dancing, you learn a little bit of physical movements and stuff like that, it's all fun. If I remember right, let me double check though. Hang on, let me take these fellas out and let me do a little YouTube search while I'm streaming. I'm gonna do a YouTube search. Let's see. Let me see if they're still there. Okay, this one is just a little insane. Yep. There are in fact recordings of Tae Bo workouts. Now, I'm just not going to recommend that right off the bat to some of y'all, because some of y'all will die instantly, but there are workout videos that you can do. But if you don't want to do those specifically, here's what you do. You put together a little playlist of some of your favorite music that you like dancing to. You don't even have, it doesn't even have to be real dancing music. You can just pick music that you just do the little shimmy, the little bounce around, the little nice, like, you know how a lot of business folks, they dance and they just kind of like move their hips, move their shoulders a little, roll their hands a little bit, you know. It's just a little bit of grooving, a little bit of vibing. You can do that. Or you can go a little bit crazy, pick up songs that you know damn well you would not want your granny to hear, put those songs together in a playlist and go crazy, just chilling in your room, blasting music and just dancing away. Oh shit, I better be careful, speaking of. Because I'm going to tell y'all, that is one of the workouts I did today. Yard work and a little bit of a dance party for me. And boy, oh boy, did I have a blast with the dance party. I was having a grand old time. I was pretending I was in a club. For once, a club that there weren't a bunch of Panopticon eyeballs all over the place. You know, every once in a while when I think about the fact that a lot of young folks film each other to try to ridicule each other online, I think about the Magnus Archives and the whole Panopticon thing and the fear of being watched and stuff like that, and goddamn, that shit is real. I did not think that that was going to be such a problem, but boy oh boy, I was wrong. It is very, very real. Makes me want to actually finish the dang podcast. I only got to a certain point, and then I just, for some reason, I stopped. I think I got a little bit halted on the alternate D&D campaign, which is all fine and dandy, except it kind of disrupted the rest of my listening experience, so I guess that didn't really work out. That's always a downside, I guess. But yeah, I highly recommend. If you have earbuds, that also helps, so then that way you don't have to worry about, like, disrupting the house. You can have yourself a little silent disco and just dance around in your room and just vibe. Go crazy. And then that way you can have your own little dance club experience at home without some weirdo filming you. You can film yourself if you want, but then that way you don't have some weirdo being all like, hey, look at this fool dancing. It's just like you're just having a grand old time and they're just being rude. It's just like, come on. Really? Really? Meanwhile, you're the loser in the corner just filming everybody like some weird-ass voyeur. Get your ass on the dance floor and have fun. Stop being a weirdo on the wall. Get off the wall. Dance. Ah, good golly. Also, the reason I say that is because one of the songs I was listening to jam out to, oh my goodness, that chorus is stuck in my head. I'm so glad that I actually took the time to listen into it, though, because I was having a blast. I believe it's, I might mispronounce the name, I think it's Doechii. But I was listening to one of Doechii's songs. Please don't tell me that Doechii has done something disappointing, because I will be sad about it. I'm not talking about Anxiety, which is basically just new lyrics over the top of the instrumental for somebody that I used to know. Which, honestly, at one point, it was on the radio, the little jukebox radio, when I still had a whole mess going on, and sorta. Basically what I did is I put it on, I finally moved the jukebox, but at one point that song was playing on the radio, so what I decided to do is throughout the entire song, I was singing along, except I was singing the Somebody I used to know lyrics. It's honestly a fun little way to mash things up. If a song happens to sound a little similar, just a little similar, like maybe there's some sampling going on, maybe it's an instrumental with a cover of different lyrics, have fun with singing the lyrics that you might know that are like with the song that's kind of new to you. It's a real fun time. Like every once in a while, what is it? Just One Yesterday? That one and Rolling in the Deep. Sometimes when after Just One Yesterday came out with the rest of Save Rock and Roll, I had so much fun singing the lyrics of Rolling in the Deep alongside Just One Yesterday. Or whenever Rolling in the Deep was on, I would sing Just One Yesterday by Fall Out Boy. It was fun. Or I used to listen to a very specific mashup of Radioactive by Imagine Dragons that was mashed up with my songs Know What You Did in the Dark. That one was good. I don't know exactly where it is now because I'm pretty sure it's definitely not the ones that are on Spotify. It was a very specific one that I liked, and I don't know if it's around anymore. I hope it is, but considering how many things get wiped out, it's such a sad thing. But whenever I was driving to and from school, if either of those songs were on the radio, boy oh boy, you can bet your bottom dollar I was singing the lyrics to the other song over the top of it. It was fun. It gives me the illusion of collaborative effort, okay? I like collaborative effort with people. I like when people do things all together and when they're having fun. It's nice for people to have fun. You know what? I think that's probably what it was that irritated me about this one last... okay, I went to a convention a little bit back. And, like, the previous year, I had a hell of a good time dancing. It was fun. I was wearing too many damn layers like a fool, but that's okay. So I, like, went this year. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wear loose enough layers. I'm going to dance my heart out. But it was fun and all, but... And don't get me wrong, I love the performances that were going on, but the performances kept cutting into the dancing. And so just when I was about to get into the groove, there would be something else, or if this, and then even then, some of the songs in the groove were just not really grooving for me, so I'm like, I think I would have had a heck of a lot more fun if I went to the other party the next day, but, you know, it is what it is. I had a grand old time, and it was a fun experience. It was a fun experience, I'll tell you that. It wasn't exactly to my expectations, but that's okay. It was something new, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is fun, but I think if I want to do this again, I want to go specifically for this or that, not for it kind of doing a little half and half and stuff like that. Although I'm gonna be real, one of the performances does live rent-free in my head. I don't know what it means, but I'm just gonna live with it. I'm just gonna live with the fact that lives rent-free in my head, and I'm just gonna have to deal with that. It's a positive form of rent-free. I was like, oh, okay. Interesting. Didn't think we were doing it, but you know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I guess. To be fair, I think that like among them like was one of the first drag performances I have ever seen in person, so that was a pretty trippy thing. I hadn't expected that, so I was like, oh shoot. I'm just awkwardly in the crowd, like, just dancing away. To be fair, I was just dancing away regardless. I was gonna dance regardless. I love dancing. It's fun. I need to find a good dance club that I want to go to. And the reason why I say a good dance club is no offense to country music fans, but I just can't do country music. I can't do it. Not very many country songs are very danceable. I mean, half the time it's either line dances or it's like some swing. And no offense to folks who love swing, but every once in a while I don't want to dance with a partner. I just want to dance by myself. I just want to have fun. Maybe I'm just one of those folks who likes 2000s era club music and that's about it. But, I mean, that's for dancing. What's funny thing about that, by the way, I was listening to a specific playlist that I reserve for when I'm driving, which is ironic because I literally call it I Shouldn't Be Driving Listening to This. It's pretty close to the playlist name. But I listened to that. And it's not the same as when I'm driving in a car. I'm telling you, it is not a danceable playlist. It's got the upbeat vibes and everything, but no, it is way better if I'm driving. Oh my god, it's way better. There is one thing that real pissed me off though, is every once in a while some fucker on Spotify just replaces a song. So you're just minding your own business, listening to your music, and suddenly you go over to the next song, or you're like, oh, I love this song. And suddenly it's just this weird, god-awful fucking piece of shit that replaced the song that you were listening to, that you normally listen to, and you're like, what the fuck is this? It just, oh god, it ruined my day almost. I got real mad about it. I was just like, really? This bullshit again? Because it's happened to me twice now. It happened to me, this most recent one was with, shoot, I'm gonna mess up the artist's name, but it's technically 4 artists of Sora Akatsu. I definitely got that wrong. But long story short, the song, role-playing game, RPG, you know, the one that was in a lot of animation memes, that one got replaced on Spotify with some fucker from probably Russia or something, replacing it with some dork-ass, like, stupid cover of a song. I'm just like, get that shit out of here. Don't replace my shit. Fuck off. So I removed it from my playlist and blocked the artist, and I'm like, I'm never gonna fucking play your shit. Die. It sounds so mean, but let me tell you, when you're expecting one song and you get a completely different one, oof, that just ruins everything. It kills the vibe. It killed my vibe, honestly. Really pissed me off. I'm just like, you know what? I'm this close to going back and getting myself just a plain old MP3. And that's it. Just a plain old MP3. And get real sick and tired of this shit. Hi, darling. Oh, man. You know, I might as well do that anyway. Just a nice separate MP3 player. Not my phone, MP3 player. Because, no offense to my phone, but every once in a while it pisses me off. And in recent months, every once in a while, I'm just like, what if I just got myself the dumbest phone on the planet and then remembered it'll mess up my group chats, and I kind of want to be participating in my group chats. It's the ones with my friends. My real life friends. You know? It's a little communication thing. Ah. It's a pain. It's a pain in the ass. Hey, wait a minute. Did that say about, like, 19250? Yeah, 19250. You know, doing this level grinding thing has done a real nice improvement on my brain cognitive function. It doesn't seem like much, but it's done quite a good number on my brain cognitive function. It's been real nice. For example, we were about 2,000 XP. And I remember that we were at 21,000 and probably 250, I think. One moment, I think I need to cough my lungs out again. And I was correct. I knew it. I damn well knew it. But like, for example, I'm remembering numbers easier. I'm getting better and better at doing little simple math calculations. The only thing I can't remember is whether or not I took my supplements this morning. I do not remember for the life of me if I took them this morning, and it kind of worries me, but I don't want to double dose on, specifically my iron. I don't want to double dose on iron, because if I do that, I'm going to feel like shit. I did that once, and I was like, nope, never again. I got plenty. One a day is enough. I have figured out the secret formula. 1d3, 2b12, 1 iron. And that's all I need. It will save me a lot of grief. No doubles from there. Oh man. When was the last time I drank water? Shoot, I should probably drink some. And for the folks watching, either past, present, or future, now is the time. Get yourself a sip of water. It's not just to hydrate, it's also to be nice to your kidneys. Be kind to your damn kidneys. Drink water. Obviously, if it's drinkable. Don't bean soup in here. Oh my god, my damn shoulders. Why do you make so much crackly noises? Why are you like this? Oh, still got 8 out of that. Okay, now I definitely... How many is that? Yep, 12. I'm getting to know the HP bar real well. There we go, now we're at 10. Must have gotten an orb in the middle of that swing. Ooh, that is a very nice weather. Big fan of that weather. Alright. Oh my god. My joints have been a little pissy with me lately. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Alright, there we go. I think one more swing should do it. Come on, you two. Now I'm not wrong. We're about to get down to below 19,000. Let's go. A little over 2,000 XP. Yeah, that's about right. Obviously, we're not gonna knock right down into below 1900 because that said 34. We can only get 24 off these fellas. So be 19,010 if we play our cards right. $19,014. Was there a 38 hiding in there, or am I just losing it? Hmm. Let me take a look around. I love that I can time travel. Yep, that's 8. That's 8, yep. Okay. Yeah, I must have done my math wrong again. Alright. Sorry about that. A little bit of time travel does cause a little bit of pause. Alright. Hmm. Okay, good. I got that there. Nice. Well, that was a little bit of a theatrical yawn. God dang it, I almost started yawning because of hearing the yawn from like 20 seconds ago because YouTube is slow as hell. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna need to push you over here. Thank you. That's much better. It's always a fun little challenge of playing Dodge the Orbeez. Worked out most of the time. Alright. Oh, update on the situation with the different screens between game screens, like the stream loading, be right back, ending stream. I still haven't worked on those just because things are a little bit chaotic, and I still haven't quite nailed down what I want to do for the design. I do have some general ideas, but I haven't quite nailed it down yet. But I still have the little notation that I made the other day, so there's that at least. Ouch. Oh, into the wall I go. Hmm. Man. Okay, we're getting a season of 4s. That's okay. We were fine with the little season of 4s. My joints are screaming at me again. Damn it. on, you three. Let's make it happen. Something that really pisses me off is there's a specific type of frozen meatball that I like to get from the grocery store. Unfortunately, the grocery store that I have been going to doesn't carry it. So now, either A, I gotta go hunting at another grocery store, or B, I gotta press and try my luck with another brand that will probably, knowing how things go for me, inevitably just disappear. Because for some reason, everything I like always disappears. It's a real pain in the ass if you ask me. Every time there's a specific type of flavor of couscous, you know, in those little box things, specific flavor packet of couscous, gone. My favorite type of specific brand of ramen and the flavor that I like, gone. And also the brand gone from the same store that I like getting it from. I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't like this other stuff. It's not my favorite. I did have some the other day when it was alright, but I'm like, this ain't really anything to write home about. The type of marinara sauce that didn't kill me, gone. I only ever had one jar of it, and it was good, and it really pissed me off, because it was a damn good jar, too. What sucks even worse is I think that jar, got annihilated a little while ago, which is real depressing, unfortunately, but such is the nature of reusable jars. Eventually, you're gonna accidentally drop one and it's gonna break. But it was a damn good jar. Rest in peace. Good marinara jar. We peeled off the label. But it was good. Absolutely stunning. Alright. Goodness sakes, my damn joints are screeching at me today. Probably didn't stretch something or other. Nice. We're doing pretty dang swell, honestly. Oh, man. We're not, gang. I'm in a good spot. I love this stupid challenge. It's so insane. It's my favorite damn thing I've done in my life. It's so silly, but I love it. Oh, howdy. Hang on, which direction am I looking? Fancy that. Cheers for that, cheers for that. Oh shoot, I'm almost at full HP, better take that out. Oh, that's real fun and dandy. One second, that was a little bit jarring. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah.
Alrighty, excellent. I decided to just lock the heck in, and totally worth it because we are down to, what was that, like 15,005, a little bit below 500. So yeah, and we were at 21 and 200 or something. So almost 6,000. I'd say that's a pretty good jump. Alrighty. That is going to do it for the stream. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to continue following this crazy journey, whether through my lots of chatting or complete dead silence like today, you can hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, the follow button on Twitch, and you can follow me on my socials. I have a Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr. They are all the same username, at YellowFang42, where I also post about not only when I go live, but also when I just do silly things, like post about volcanic rocks. I'll probably come up with something new to say besides volcanic rocks. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you tomorrow when the live starts at 6:30 PST, 9:30 EST, I believe. I'm sorry, I don't know the calculation for GMT. I should really learn how to do that. It's probably at a whack-ass late time for y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Here's your end stream screen. Bye!